Hello everyone, how you doing? This is January 1st, 2025, first day. Pretty exciting, right? Well, I didn't have the best start. I woke up around 11 a.m. Pretty bad sleep. Then I just made lunch, and had lunch with my brothers, and just kind of just got ready and left for the gym. I came to the gym. I went to do legs, but in the middle of my workout, I was like, I don't even have the energy for it, and I don't have the motivation for it, and I was just like, even like the songs in my ear were like, I was like, oh, I'm tired of you guys. Shut up. So, yeah, I realized my sleep schedule has been messing with me a lot. So I need to kind of, I don't know, get it under control. So I talked to ChatGPT, and I realized it's better if I get melatonin a little bit. So that's what I got from Shoppers, and I'm planning to use it tonight so I can have a better sleep schedule, and I think it will help me to regulate my hormones a little bit. My cortisol level will probably go down, and I would generally feel better. So I think this is a big factor. Like physical health has like direct effect on mental health. And then maybe after that I can like do better. And especially next week I have to go back to work, so I need everything to be under control. But anything beside that, yeah. Well, I wanted to talk to you guys today, and like it was on my mind. What should I say? Like, should I have like structured kind of thing when I want to talk to you, and like be ready? And I realized maybe this is not even the our thing. Our thing is maybe a conversation that sparks out of nowhere and leads to something beautiful and meaningful at the end. Like, I don't want us to feel like we're distant from each other. I want us to feel connected, like a friend talking to another friend. And when I want to talk to my friends, I'm not like planning to say something specific. So this is like, at least for right now, this is the mindset that I have, like the structure that I want, like the plan that I have for this channel and my videos. But today was brought to my attention with one special someone in my life that I'm too optimistic maybe, and I thought, okay, am I too optimistic? And I realized I am optimistic for others more than I am for myself. And I started to think, why am I like that? Uh, Before answering that question, when people tell me their like struggles and their what they're going through, and a lot of my friends, they actually trust me and they say stuff to me. Uh, I'll try to listen to them. I'll try to acknowledge their hurt. I try to like be compassionate, like show my empathy and be and maybe give them like a little bit of my own experience about like what they're going through, and if I had like something similar, and then kind of showing them like the bright future that might be there, that their struggles will lead to something beautiful, or like something beautiful comes out of it. And so my friend today told me like, yeah, this is like, I think how you do, like you're too optimistic and I'm not like you. And I got to think a little bit, why am I like this? Why am I like too optimistic sometimes? For others maybe. And I realized maybe for lack of having that person in my own life. So in my life, growing up like with a especially twin brother, I think I had that mindset that okay, whenever something happens, I should like control my emotions a little bit better, or I should stay in control, and I should be like, okay, it's gonna pass. It's okay. Not just with my brother, like, I mean, in general, for a lot of people in my life, I was the one, like, I was always intrigued by the idea, like, that I'm like the mountain that people can rely on. But at some point, I'm realizing that was the role that I wanted someone to play in my life. And because I didn't find anybody that I could have relied, at least on an emotional level, I, te- I tend to be like that for others, if that makes sense. And emotionally, like, I mean, like, my parents, they're wonderful. My brothers, they're wonderful. But there was an expectation of me, even when I was a child. It's like, yeah, you should be the bigger person. You should act this way. And I was rewarded and validated because of that. Because I was like, okay, being bigger than my age. Like, this was like the saying that people used to say to me all the time. Oh, you behave, you look older. And right now, when I'm talking to you guys, maybe you don't even realize, like, I'm 25 years old, and yeah, it was like my birthday in August, so it hasn't even been like 4 months. It's been 4 months that I'm 24, 25. And a lot of people said that to me, and I'm like, oh, you don't look your age. You look older, or you're so mature. And so this, like, kept me in a box. Like, okay, I have to be like this. And now I think I'm kind of paying the price, and I have that role in many people's lives, and I don't have a person necessarily who plays that role for me. So for example, like, about this channel, nobody knows. And my plan for this channel was like to wear a mask. Like, I bought a mask, and my first video here was with the mask. So that's why my cloak journey and like hidden perspective, these are like the things that I use for the name, for the username of this channel. And I was like, okay, I don't want to show my face, I don't want people to know. And I uploaded my first video with that. Then I realized, why? Enough of this. And let's be real, let's show my face. I'm not afraid of being vulnerable right now. Like, I don't know, for some reason I think this world needs someone to be vulnerable, to show, okay, it's okay to show your struggles, and to show, okay, I'm figuring it out. Like, I'm lost, but that's okay. Who isn't? Like, literally, who isn't? At every stage of my life, I've been lost. Then I found it, and I found the solution. It got better, and just repeating itself, and it's okay. It's a cycle. So yeah, so uh, after my friend told me all this, I was like, is it a bad thing that I'm optimistic? Am I like that with myself? And I realized maybe I'm not. So I can see I can see like the bad thing that could happen. I'm not saying I don't see it. But for example, when you were saying like all your struggles to me, I'm not gonna say, well, yeah, you're gonna get locked up. No. I might warn you about the potential like dangers, but I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be okay. And to be honest, most of the time it's a 50-50% chance. So why should I struggle right now because of the bad thing that can happen, and not to be optimistic about the good thing that could happen, and it has the same chance? Maybe you can answer me this question. I'm not like this with myself. I tend to overthink a little bit, but this was an interesting thing that was brought to my attention. And I think people need someone like that in their lives. It's okay if I don't have one. I can be that person for myself. It's a hard and bitter fact that sometimes you should be the one that you need. And life is not perfect. Like, I see life as like you were dealt like a bunch of cards, and that's what you have, and you have to play with the cards that you have, and you have to play it good. Well, yeah, it's not fair, and it's not gonna be fair. And fighting this idea of the world is not fair or should be fair is like, it's useless because you can't change it. I remember growing up, there was a story, and like they said, it might be like true, it might be wrong, I don't know. I said there was a priest and he was trying to change the world, and he wrote like, yeah, at the age of 20, he was like, I want to change the world. 35, he was like, I want to change my state and people in my state. And like 45, he was like, oh, I want to change the people in my city. And eventually it goes down, and the day he wants to die, he says, I wanted to change the world, but I realized if I changed myself, I could have changed the world. So after all, it comes down to us to be the change that we want to see. So I didn't see it, I didn't have it, I wanted to have it. So I'm gonna be like that. I'm gonna be like that for others, for my friends around me. And this mindset, and being vulnerable, being like this, kind of filters out people. So I get interested and attached to people who I can be vulnerable with, who I can trust, who I can like, who they can like provide a safe space for me. And the ones that they can't or they don't want to be there, they kind of filter out themselves. And I start to create a world around myself that I feel authentic and that I feel vulnerable. And why is that? Because I changed myself. I changed my own behavior. I'm not censoring myself anymore. I'm not faking it. Okay, I need you to comfort me. I need you to listen to me without judgment. Can you be like that? Yes, perfect. Let's continue this relationship. Not? Okay, well, probably it's not going to work out. I'm not good with confrontation. That's something that I'm working on. But people, I think they realize it themselves, and they're like, okay, yeah, we're not in the same boat, so that's okay. So, yeah, if I want to wrap up today's session, I would say be the change that you want to see in the world. It's not fair. It's hard. But I feel it's rewarding, and at the end, you will see the change that you wanted in the first place. And at the end, like, I feel like I will see that person who can be in my life like that. I wrote something when I was like 18 in my Instagram account, and I said, I want to run like it was in Persian, so I want to translate it. I said, I want to run and be far from people, and I hope someone can find me. And if you did, please stay. I've been looking for you all around. And I always love this idea of being far away from people and somebody coming and finding me and be like, hey, I see you, I notice you, I appreciate you. But it never happened. So I have to change my strategy, right? Putting myself out there, talking to people, finding people who share the same values, who are interested in the same thing. And maybe something meaningful and great can spark from this whole thing. We'll see. Anyways, well, I uploaded my video yesterday about like the New Year's, and I also wanted again to thank all of you guys who listened to me, all the people who viewed my channel, who left a comment, who left a like. It was so great, and I appreciate all of them. And if I could, I would shake your hands like individually. And I will respond to all your comments, and please leave a comment about like what you think. I will read it. Like, I don't want this to be like a one-way thing. I want this to be a relationship with all of you, like a friendship. Like, I want to know what your opinion is, and we can move forward. And let me show you where I'm recording this. I always like this spots that are like kind of a lookout, so I can see things in the city from above. I don't know why. It's beautiful to see people who are struggling in their own lives or enjoying their like first day with their New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. And from here, you pretty much can't see anything, and like the world is kind of running on autopilot. It's beautiful. Anyways, it hasn't been a great day, but we'll see what happens for the rest of it. I have my melatonin. Hopefully, I will get a good sleep tonight, and I'm not going to drink any coffee. So, yeah, have a great night. Talk to you later. Bye bye.